What's up, everybody? It's the Alex Leak and Friends NFL podcast back again. I'm here to talk about the 2019 Carolina Panthers season preview. Let's start in the draft. Panthers take Brian Burns, defensive end out of Florida State, in the first round. I really like this pick. I liked him in college. He's got a high motor. He's a good pass rusher. Look out for him. Great addition here. Solid pick. Worth the pick. Then they go tackle Greg Little in the second round. So that's good. He's penciled in as the backup right now at left tackle to Taylor Moton, but I fully expect Greg Little to be the starter going forward. I think that he's a hell of a tackle, so that's a good get for the Panthers there. Let's go. They go quarterback Will Grier in the third round. I mean, it makes sense. Cam Newton's shoulder injury was, a big deal. I think they fixed it. He went into surgery and it should be better. He's got a whole new throwing motion going into 2019, but it makes sense to take a quarterback. You don't have to go first round, but get a guy that if it doesn't work out with Cam, now you got somebody that can step in. They also have Taylor Heinicke, which I don't know that much about, and then Kyle Allen. But Will Grier right now penciled in as the third option at quarterback, and I think he's decent. He's not a world beater, but he's an all right get. Security blanket in case Cam goes down. Now, fourth round they go linebacker Christian Miller out of Alabama. I like this pick. Solid value for the fourth round. Fifth round, running back Jordan Scarlett out of Florida. He's a burner. Solid get here. He's third option at running back behind Cameron Artis-Payne and Christian McCaffrey. So he's a good get for the fifth round. And then in the seventh round, they got burner Terry Godwin out of Georgia. I've always been a Terry Godwin fan. He's fast. He's got good hands. You can use him in end around, special teams, slot. So a very useful guy there. I give the Panthers an A- on their drafts. I thought they found some good pieces. Nothing crazy. I mean, your best draft pick is going to be Brian Burns off the edge, but solid draft pick, I thought. Solid draft overall. I think the Panthers will be better in 2019. They address the defensive line, bringing in Bruce Irvin and defensive tackle Gerald McCoy, who the Bucs released. So, solid gets here. If I'm not mistaken, I think they took Bruce Irvin away from Atlanta. Yeah, so you're taking not only Bruce Irvin away from a divisional opponent, you're also taking Gerald McCoy out of Tampa, who was a division opponent. So I like stealing within the division. That's always good. McCoy had a down year last year, but that's a solid addition, bringing in Gerald McCoy and Bruce Irvin. They also get Matt Paradis at center and wide receiver Aldrick Robinson to help Cam Newton. Head coach Ron Rivera said protecting Cam Newton has got to be a priority, which absolutely. Once his, Cam Newton's the key. Once his shoulder lost its power last year, so did the Panthers. If I'm not mistaken, they started the year 6-2, and I believe they finished around 7-9. So maybe 8-8, but not a good year for Carolina, especially when you start that hot. It's very difficult to lose, end the season on such a bad note. They did lose Devin Funchess to the Colts, linebacker Thomas Davis, and left tackle Matt Khalil in free agency. Now, Cam Newton's the key. I'm going to keep saying it. He's the second quarterback in NFL history to throw for 3,000 yards in each of his first 8 seasons. And that's not even talking about his running ability. But you got to give Cam Newton more help. That's why they bring in Aldrick Robinson. That's why Christian McCaffrey needs to be an even bigger part of the offense. Going into another year with him, I believe it's his third year. uh, he is probably going to be the number one option on offense for Cam Newton. Also, DJ Moore, who they drafted last year, wide receiver, needs to have an even bigger year. The young guys have to step up around Cam and really help out. That's why I like the Terry Godwin pick. That's why I like the Jordan Scarlett pick. He needs as much help as he can on the offensive side of the ball. Um, I like that they're going younger on defense too. Brian Burns, I love it. I love the pick last year of Dante Action Jackson, the corner. Future star in my opinion, and if he comes out this year and has a big year, that's only gonna help things even more for Carolina. In my opinion, head coach Ron Rivera needs to be on the hot seat. Carolina needs to make the playoffs in 2019. There's too much talent on this roster to be missing the playoffs in Cam Newton's prime. You got to get the most out of him. You've been to one Super Bowl. His MVP year couldn't quite get the job done. I would say Carolina fans are going to be pissed off if they have a guy like Cam Newton for his whole career and don't win a Super Bowl. So they got to do as much as they can here in a hurry and get him a Super Bowl as he's getting, older and older. He's still in his prime. So the window is short in a player's prime. You got to win now. That's why Ron Rivera's got to be on the hot seat. If he can't get it done, bring in someone who can. Bring in an offensive mind that will put more around Cam Newton and put him in a better position to succeed. Because they're not losing because of Cam Newton. They're losing because of lack of help around him and lack of protection with him. Cam Newton's a playoff quarterback. We all know that. We've seen him get there many times. But the defensive line should be a lot better. When you put Bruce Irvin, Gerald McCoy, and now Brian Burns, that pass rush is going to be there. And so that can help keep teams' points down. But all in all, everything hinges around Cam Newton and his shoulder health. That's got to be – we need to see the old Cam Newton throw as far as power and all that. He needs to be able to do it. He muscles that ball in there. So if his shoulder's not 100%, you're going to be able to tell. We could definitely knew something was wrong last year, late in the year. He had surgery to clean it out. Everyone believes that he's going to be back to normal. So that's good news for Carolina in 2019. Cam Newton's also working on a highly secretive new throwing motion. So that's going to be key. If that throwing motion can help his game in 2019. I'm not a big fan of messing with your fundamentals, your throwing motions, mid-career. But if it helps, then sweet. But Cam's the key. He's got to stay healthy. They got to protect him better. And he's got to make big-time throws if the Panthers are going to do what they need to do in 2019. They're in a tough division. You got Atlanta, you got New Orleans. It's tough. So they need to bring it. And I think that I've got the Saints going 11-5. I got the Falcons better, going like 10-6. The Panthers are going to be in a dogfight. I got them finishing like 9-7. I think they can make the playoffs, but it's going to be tough if they're third in the division. So they're going to be fighting with Atlanta, I think. I think the biggest key is Atlanta finishing better than them. If they don't, I think they miss the playoffs. And if they miss the playoffs, I think a head coaching change is coming. I think Ron Rivera is going to be fired. So pressure on Ron Rivera, pressure on the Panthers, pressure on Cam Newton. They got to step up this year. And so it's going to be interesting. I'll be watching the Panthers closely to see what they got. It really hurts to start the year 6-2 and not even make the playoffs. So they need to get off to a hot start again and protect Cam as best possible and keep that shoulder healthy. But I think they will. I think you'll see a better Panthers team. I'm a big Christian McCaffrey fan. I like DJ Moore as well. I like Brian Burns. So the pieces are there. The Panthers just need to put it all together, have a big year. Hey, if they can go better than 9-7, go 10-6, go 11-5, and ensure that you're going to make the playoffs. So we'll see what happens in 2019. Panthers have to be excited They have to be thinking that as long as Cam Newton's healthy and throwing the way he's been throwing his entire career, they can make the playoffs. They can make some noise in that division this year. So, big year coming up in Carolina. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, or leave a comment. Let's get those subscriptions up. Putting out episodes every week, multiple episodes weekly. So lots of stuff to listen to, lots of opinions. Tell me what you think. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me if you like what I'm saying. And let's keep debating. And I can't wait for football to come back here soon. So good stuff. Hope you guys liked it. And stay tuned for more episodes. Peace out.